It's Thank You Patrons Day, a day where creators all around the world share some love for their biggest fans. I've created this special video to talk about how I feel about Patreon and how you as a member of my Patreon community have impacted my life. First, I'd like to thank all of my current and past patrons for empowering me to be a successful full-time artist and YouTube creator. Thank you. Yes, you. You open doors of opportunity, you light the way, you make dreams a reality. Now let's talk about some of my Patreon stats. This is the data that shows the measurable impact that you've had on my life. 178 patrons are currently pledging a total of $2,500 each month in gross earnings. My longest patron has been pledging for over 4.25 years. Her name is Patty. I'd like to give a special shout out to her. She's been pledging right from the beginning. I'd also like to give a shout out to my newest patron, David. Hi, David. Honestly, every one of my patrons deserves a shout out because every single person who has been a member of my Patreon community has had an impact on my life. Many of you have been pledging for 1, 2, 3, even 4 years. There's also a lot of folks out there who are only able to pledge for a limited time. I want every current and former patron to know that your support means a lot to me. The fact that you're willing to back my art with your hard-earned money is something that I'm truly grateful for. Now I want to get a little bit sappy here and share some of my feelings about Patreon. I enjoy that Patreon allows me to connect to you and build friendships, and it also makes me really happy to see when you build friendships with each other in the community. It puts a smile on my face when I see people heart each other's posts and put nice comments on each other's artwork. I think that's great. And of course, I appreciate that our community is a positive place where you can share your artwork and is free of a lot of that negativity that comes along with sharing your work online. I feel proud when I see you improve your skills and have success with your art. And I'm impressed by the artwork that you create each month through the group art challenges and by the stuff that you share in the community tab. I'm also inspired that many of you are members because it benefits other artists in the digital art community. Now I'd like to discuss what in my life has changed since I launched my Patreon. The most noticeable impact for me personally is my quality of life has improved. I'm no longer a starving artist, and support from my patrons was something that was really helpful in those early days when I was in a slump. Because a portion of my income comes from fans like you, I don't have to rely as much on doing work for hire to make a living, which means I can invest more time into creating videos and resources that you enjoy. And I'm able to make better content by listening to your feedback that you give me in polls and suggestions. I've been able to greatly improve the quality of my videos by purchasing better lighting and video equipment. And I'm able to invest in tools that streamline my content creation. For example, I recently purchased a Dropbox subscription, which makes it much easier for me to upload new brushes and content. It also makes it easier for my patrons to download that content. Another big change in my life is that you inspire me to be creative each and every month, and that's something that I've struggled with at different points in my life. How do I be creative? How do I be inspired? How do I be motivated? I don't have to worry about that anymore. I know exactly what I'm going to do each and every month, and I have a clear goal in mind. It keeps me going. And last but not least, I'm able to create all of those great digital art resources that otherwise would not exist because I just wouldn't have the time or I wouldn't be able to afford to do it. So there's all these things that are in my head that could have stayed trapped in there forever if it weren't for Patreon, and now they're able to flow out each month. And it's not only my life that you've changed, you've had an impact on the digital art community, because when my channel grows, I'm able to reach more people. I hope your life has been impacted positively by Patreon as well. Comment on this video and let me know how being a member has changed your life. Thanks for watching, and happy Thank You Patrons Day!